Alright, what's good everybody? Welcome to another video, and today I'm gonna talk about my Need for Speed 2017 wish list, I guess you can call it that, but basically it's stuff I kind of want them to either fix or do for Need for Speed 2017. We will, as they said, be getting a new Need for Speed in 2017, so hopefully it will be some sort of an improvement over Need for Speed 2015. Now, I'm not saying Need for Speed was horrible in 2015, but I feel like it's lacking a lot of stuff, and I feel that it could be beneficial if they change some stuff in Need for Speed 2017 for the better. Now, this is what I have in mind. I have sort of like a list in my head. I didn't bother writing it down or anything, but I have like a little list in my head, which I think should be enough for me to be able to sort of come to a conclusion on stuff that I kind of want in Need for Speed 2017. So, first of all, I want the day and night cycle. Day and night cycle would be perfectly fine. I honestly don't see why, like, they only brought out, like, just... Basically, it's just nighttime in this game, because even when it goes into daytime, it just starts pissing rain, and the clouds go all dark, and it's still dark outside anyway. So, I think it should continuously be, like, daytime for, like, 12, 24 minutes, however long, and then bring it to nighttime. So, have a day and night cycle. Have a proper day and night cycle. I don't care if it rains or not, like, just bring a day and night cycle, that'd be perfectly fine. Weather changes, I guess they already have that down with this game anyway, but day and night cycle, I think that should be a thing in the next Need for Speed. Next, I want tuner cars. Like, I just want tuner cars. I honestly don't care at all about supercars in Need for Speed. I was never a massive fan of the Need for Speeds that have only supercars or hypercars and stuff like that, and then maybe they have like a little tuner car like here and there at the very beginning, you know, like super cheap stuff that you can buy up until you can afford like supercars and hypercars. I was never a big massive fan of that. Like, I give literally zero shits about the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis in this game. I honestly I don't care at all. So all I want is tuner cars. All I want is tuner cars. Again, that's just preference. That's just something that I want in the game. Pretty sure that's gonna be completely ignored, and you know, they're gonna add like supercars and hypercars in the game anyway. But I think tuner cars are a lot more fun to play with, especially since, you know, I started off with Need for Speed with Underground, which is pretty much like just the basic like tuner scene, which was back in the day where you like rice out everything. But it was so much fun. It was basically the scene back then. It was when Fast and Furious came out and all that sort of stuff. So we had loads of influence from those movies, and you know, it was just that scene back in the early 2000s where you just, you know, tune and modify everything, and that's pretty much what it turned out to be like. So I am more of a tuner person than I am like a supercar person. Now again, this is preference, so I don't see why they would only add tuner cars, because, you know, obviously they'll have to like pretty much make a whole Underground game if they want to just add the tuner cars, because that's pretty much what Underground was. It was just the tuner cars. So again, preference, probably not gonna happen, but yeah. Next, as I crash into my garage, next, I want better AI. AI in this game was actually decent. AI in the older Need for Speeds were very, very bad. I honestly think that the AI in the older Need for Speeds are just awful. They're stupid. Then again, they're stupid in Forza as well, and they're very stupid in Gran Turismo as well. So AI, like an improvement in AI, that would be really, really cool. I think that'd be very, very fun to have them sort of be aggressive, but obviously not like destroy their car. And I'm not talking just about, you know, when you're challenging other drivers in races, but I'm also talking about just AI on the road anyway. So like, for them to sort of adapt to your driving, like if you come up behind a person or if you brake in front of another car, they don't just like randomly crash into you. They're like try to swerve and go around you, stuff like that. You know, stuff to make the game a little bit more realistic. Like when you're driving around and you have other traffic around you, you try to make the traffic sort of adapt to what you're doing. Like, for example, like I said, if you're braking, like the car behind you, like the actual traffic behind you won't just like crash into you and like continue to like push you out of the way. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. So that, I think, would need like a bit of a tweak, because I think in this game traffic just doesn't care. Like, I stopped at an intersection once just to try to take a picture of the car, you know, like I went in like photo mode or whatever the hell it's called, and pretty much just traffic just kept crashing into me and like pushed me out of the way just so they could drive by. So it just felt like that feature was sort of like they just didn't give a shit about it. Now, one of the most important things that I want them to fix in this game is the handling. I honestly think the handling in Need for Speed 2015 was horrible. It's just absolute shit. Like, it's very, very arcadey. Like, everything you do just hops into a slide. Everything. And, it's like, it just doesn't feel real at all. Like, it honestly, like, none of the physics in this game just feel real. Like, I feel like it's, most of the time it's just controlled for me. Like, everything. It doesn't matter what sort of settings I put in the suspension, or my handling tuning, or whatever. I just feel like the game handles for me. And I don't like that. Like, even sometimes when I accelerate and I turn around in a corner, and then I stop, like, turning. Like, I don't want to turn anymore. Like, I let go of my analog stick to stop turning. My car still turns. By itself. I don't know why. For just, like, that little extra, like, split second, like, half a second, my car continues to turn. I want to see if it does it with this RX-7. Not really. But with that Skyline before, with the Hakasuka, it did it, like, a couple of times. And it just fucking pissed me off. That's why I went to change it. Like, I just feel like it still turns for me. Yeah, it kind of did it with this as well. It's just weird. The physics in this game are just are crap. And honestly, I think the game that had the best physics was Need for Speed Underground 2. I think that obviously not the drifting physics, because I know that in that game you could like drift like front wheel drive cars and it was just stupid as fuck. See, like, this dude's just stopped there. He's gonna come up behind me and just chill there. He's not gonna try to go around me or anyway. Like, what is he doing right now? He's just creeping up. Yeah, it's just weird. The AI in this game is just weird. I just wanted to see what the guy would do, because sometimes when I'm like in the middle of an intersection, they would like just crash into me. That's just weird. But yeah, the handling physics, please change that. Need for Speed Underground 2, I think, had the best ones, other than the drifting physics. I think the drifting physics in Underground 2 were ridiculous. But the game was still like very fun, because it was, you know, it was Underground 2. It was just an improvement from Underground 1, which was basically just, you know, you just go around and do races, where Underground 2 you had free roam and you could do whatever the hell you want, like just go out and drive. I think the map in this game was decent. I think that they could have done with a slightly bigger map, but the map in Need for Speed 2015 was actually kind of alright. I don't really mind it that much. Obviously, I think bigger is better in map sizes anyway, so obviously I would love a bigger map. But again, I'll have to see what the game is like, and especially where it's set, because I don't really know what city this is like based off of. I'm pretty sure this is like LA or something like that. I don't know exactly, but I just feel like the city like area is just a bit too small. Like, it's just this. Like, this is like your whole city. You have a tiny bit here. Like, I don't know. You have like slight mountain roads here, and then you have more mountain roads here at the top of the map as well. Yeah, it's pretty small. Like there's a whole like this area here and this. Like, they could have made like another bridge coming down to here. There's these like mountains, whatever this area is here. They could have done so much more with this map. I honestly feel like they could have done so much more. Like, look at all this stuff here that they added in, like, on the map, but you can't, like, access it. It's just, yeah. Like, I feel like they could have done a lot more with the map in this game. They could have made it a lot bigger, but, what else? I want more tuning options. I feel like this game was okay with tuning options for some cars. Like, some of the cars had a lot of possibilities, like, for customization and stuff like that, but some of them were just, like, awful. Like, why would you add a car into the game? Especially a game like Need for Speed, where you can't modify. What is the point in that? Like, the whole point of Need for Speed is for you to be able to build your car, build your own car the way you want to, and then drive it. But then there's like specific cars in this game that you cannot build. Like, there's even cars like Ferraris, for example, that you cannot change the wheels on. So you have the car, you can't change the wheels, you can't change any sort of parts on it, and that's it. I think the 458 is that. I think you can only add like the GT3 kit, and that's it. And you can't change the wheels or anything. What the hell is this? It just randomly entered me into like some random event, and it wouldn't let me like do anything. It's a drift corner, I'm guessing, so let's try to drift it. Alright, well, we got 11,000 points. I don't know what that does. But yeah, anyway. Next thing. DLC. I want more DLC. I want DLC for the next Need for Speed 2017, or whatever the hell it's going to be called. But on the next Need for Speed, I want DLC. I don't care if it's paid DLC, I don't care if it's free DLC, I just want more DLC. The game's lifespan on 2015 was very, very short. I honestly got bored of this game after like a couple of months of playing it. Now the reason why I got bored only after a couple months is because I waited a long time to make videos for this game. Like, I kept making videos like every day, but I was playing like a tiny little bit every day, and then I like put the game away and I didn't play it. But for some people, if you finish the whole story and everything in this game, and then you just finish off driving with all the rest of the cars, that's it. That's the game. That's all. You've done everything in this game. I feel like they just like brought out like 3 or 4 updates. One of them being the drag update, which was like a pretty big like a pretty big update, to be completely honest. But other than that, like they just haven't brought out like many good things, you know, for this game to keep it going. Like, it's just, like I said, I feel like they could have done a lot more with this game if they just continue to care for it and actually bring out stuff for the game. But you know, they didn't. I feel like the lifespan of this game would have improved like dramatically if they continued to bring out like those free updates that they kept bringing out. I mean, that was brilliant. They brought out like a decent amount of stuff, but then they just stopped. They stopped, and I guess they're starting to work on the new game or something like that. But like, they just stopped, and they just didn't care for this game anymore. So more content. Bring out more content for this game. I don't care if it's free or if it's paid. You can do like a car pass thing or like a DLC pass thing, whatever. So you pay like €50 at the start of the year, like extra, so you have all the DLCs for free. Or if you bring them out for free, like updates, like in Grand Theft Auto, or whatever. Just bring out more content for this game, because people will just like stop playing your game if you don't, obviously. Because, you know, if you finish a game and there's like nothing else to do in it, like obviously people are just gonna stop playing this. So bring out more content, make the game last longer, make the game more enjoyable and more fun. Make it feel like it's always new. Like, continue to do that. Just make it feel like you always have stuff for the game. Next, cops. Fix the cops. Fix the cops, because the cops in this game were awful. They were just absolutely dreadful. There's barely any on the roads, and once you run into one of them, all you have to do is just like take like 2 corners, hit the NOS, and you're gone, and you've lost them. That's it. Like, it's super easy to lose cops in this game. They could have done a lot better. I think the cops in Need for Speed Most Wanted and Need for Speed Carbon were the best cops implemented in I think any Need for Speed, and I feel like those were like perfect. Like the more heat that you had on you, you know, you had like better and more difficult, you know, cars like chasing you, like cop cars chasing you. You had the Corvettes, you had the Pontiac GTOs or whatever, Vauxhall Monaras. I'm pretty sure they were GTOs, but you had those chasing you. And then at the beginning you had like the normal standard police cruisers that were chasing you. It's perfect. I think that was just like a perfect thing. Spike strips all the time, roadblocks all the time. I think that was very fun and very good. I think Need for Speed Most Wanted, I think, nailed the cops. That and Carbon. I think Carbon had very similar styling to Most Wanted, except Carbon, again, it was like nighttime only, and Most Wanted was, I think, like daytime only as well. So it's kind of weird. I think if Most Wanted and Carbon like came together and made like the one game, and it was modern with these graphics, oh my god, how many people would play that? The customization in Carbon was mad. Like, you could actually have like specific body kits that you could change yourself. Like, that was mental. That was so good. Like, you could literally change like the size of the vents, the size of like your roof scoops, hood scoops, like everything. Your wing. I think that was just, it was good. It was very good. And I think customization like that would be perfect. Like, even if you do have like these automatically built kits, like why is it raining inside of the tunnel? Explain this to me. I just noticed that right now. Why is it raining inside of this tunnel? Is the roof leaking of the tunnel? Like, what is that? Right, anyway. So I don't mind having these like custom made kits, like the Rocket Bunny kits, Liberty Walk kits. I don't mind that. Keep those in the game, but let us have like specific customized, or like just customization options that we can just change ourselves. Just stuff that we can modify ourselves. I think that would be perfect for customization. But yeah, cops wise, they need to change the cops. They need to make them a lot more difficult than they are now. I think they need to make them a lot more difficult. And also, if I'm driving a car that goes 300 kilometers an hour and I'm going against like a standard police cruiser, like a Crown Vic that's in this game, please don't make it faster. I get it that, you know, you want to, like, I want to keep the cops after me, but if I'm driving like 150 kilometers an hour, they'll be able to keep up with me. But if I'm doing 300 with NOS and everything, and they're still able to catch up to me and crash into me, that's just not really realistic now, is it? Just have other, like, police cars just intercept me, or something. I don't know, but just fix the cop cars, please. What else? What else do I want to have changed or improved? Honestly, not really that much. More cars, because Need for Speed 2015 was kind of lacking on the cars department. I honestly feel that pretty much any Need for Speed was just lacking on cars. I feel like they could have added so many more cars into these games. Just add more cars. That's it. Add a lot more cars. The cars sound perfectly fine. I think they sound great in this game. Yeah, nothing else I have to talk about. Crashing is alright in this game. It kind of feels a little bit burnout-ish, but it actually feels a little bit better in this game than it did with the previous Need for Speeds. I feel like the previous ones were literally just copy paste of Burnout. This one kind of felt a little bit better with the crashes and stuff like that. But anything else other than that, I don't see anything that they could try and change or try to fix or improve for the next Need for Speed. If you guys have anything to add to my list or whatever, it's not really a list, but to any of the things that I talked about in this video, if you guys have anything else to add, leave them down in the comments below. I'll definitely check out some stuff. I'll like talk to you guys about it in the comments and stuff like that. So leave your suggestions down below on what they could actually change for Need for Speed 2017, and that's it. Share the video, get people to watch this thing, like it, comment, do whatever you guys want to do to this video. But that's it from me. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.